Today's Talk About It Tuesday question is, Roth IRAs seem to be better. Why do people choose traditional IRAs? All right, let's just talk about what an IRA is, and then we'll talk about this better or worse thing. An IRA is an individualized retirement account, and it is a long-term investment strategy that people use specifically to fund their retirement when they get older. So let's talk about the difference. And before we get to the difference and which is better or worse, these better or worse questions usually end up boiling down to one, accessibility, and two, your desired outcome. Because there's a reason they both exist. So better or worse usually depends upon the situation you find yourself in and what you're trying to get out of it. But we'll compare and contrast and get to the bottom of it. So a traditional IRA is usually called a 401k, which is the IRS code that addresses it. And it is a retirement account directed and managed by your employer. And what happens is pre-tax from your salary, pre-tax, before taxes are taken out, a withdrawal from your account is made to go into this IRA. So what does an IRA invest in? In general, a 401k, a traditional IRA, invests in mutual funds, index funds, or ETFs. Very limited in terms of the range of investments that it invests in. And remember, this is pre-tax money that goes in. And that is important because that is an important distinction between a Roth IRA and a 401k. A Roth IRA is not managed by an employer. It is self-directed and self-managed, meaning you create it for yourself for the same purpose, for your retirement, but it is not managed by an employer. So you have to put money into it from post-tax money, meaning from earned income that was already taxed, you fund the account. So one pre-tax money, one post-tax money. The range of investments that can go into a Roth IRA are extremely varied, meaning you can invest in real estate in it, you can invest in different types of securities. It's only limited pretty much to your imagination what types of investments that you choose to invest in inside of the Roth IRA that you direct. In terms of fees in general, because it's self-managed, there are lesser fees in a Roth IRA than there are in a traditional IRA. But some big distinctions. A Roth IRA, the maximum contribution in 2023, I believe, was $6,500 annually that you could contribute to the IRA if you are under 50. 50 plus, you can do $7,000 for a Roth IRA, which is significantly different from a 401k, where you could put your maximum contribution in 2023 was $22,500 if you were under 50, but if you were 50 plus, that went up to $30,000. Plus, you could have a matching contribution from your employer up to, I believe, about $66,000 if you were under 50, and over $70,000 if you were 50 plus. Where there is no employer contribution if you have a Roth IRA. In both a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA, your money is tied up until you're 59 and a half without penalty, right? And after 59 and a half, there's no minimum withdrawal date or maximum withdrawal date for a Roth IRA, but I believe 72 or 73, you have to start taking contributions from a traditional IRA or 401k. Important on the withdrawals. On a Roth IRA, there is no tax on the gains from your withdrawal on a Roth IRA. And this is important. On your 401k, your withdrawals are taxed at your earned income rate at that time. So most people do IRAs for a tax benefit because it's much more fruitful to invest outside of an IRA, whether it's a Roth or a 401k. If you were disciplined enough to constantly invest on your own, it's far more profitable to do it on your own. But here's what people do. They do it for a tax benefit. So your contributions in a 401k are tax deductible, meaning it's not considered taxable income, right? So it lowers your taxable income by deducting your contributions. But when you take it out, you're taxed at your ordinary earned income rate. So some people say they don't mind because by the time they're ready to retire, their earned income level, because they're on a retirement salary, is much lower. So they don't mind paying their earned income rate as opposed to capital gains rates if you invested on your own, because they think they'll be in a lower tax bracket. As opposed to a Roth IRA, the gains you make over the years are not taxed at all because you funded it with taxed money in your earned income rate. So those are major differences. Everything else besides that is very similar or minor differences. So when you boil it down to which one is better, if you remain a high income earner in the latter part of your life, meaning after 59 and a half, if you are still a high earned income earner, then it becomes more beneficial to have had a Roth IRA because you don't get taxed when you withdraw. But if you're a lower income earner by the time you retire, then you probably will get slightly better tax advantage if you had done a traditional. Plus, you would have funded way more, right? You could have funded significantly more into the fund, so you probably come out with more at the end especially if you have matching funds from your employer. But I am not a fan of any IRA, whether you're talking about a Roth IRA or 401k. I think you can do, I know you can do way better if you create a system for yourself and invest on your own. So which one is better? I think it's circumstantial. And again, if you don't have a job, you cannot have a 401k. If you don't have a job that offers a 401k, it is off the table. So a Roth, if you're going to do an IRA, a Roth is the only option. If you do have a 401k offered at your job, you can still do a Roth IRA and really take advantage of both if that's your choice. So hopefully that breaks down the differences, the pros and cons. Not a significant difference. It's really just, I think, the tax difference, and it's based on your circumstance going in, and it's based on what you want to get coming out and where you're going to be as an income earner. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on IRAs, how you've used them, if you've used them, benefits, pros, cons. But please like, share, subscribe. Keep the questions coming, and I'll see you next Tuesday.